Welcome to the new dudes. Murdoch, if you need 3 extra hats, you can borrow any of my panda ones if I can find them. And Danny, it was great to finally have something informative and I learned something about the Olympics. Wednesday, James, that costume does sound awesome. I'm not sure if I can come to October MCM, but I should be going to the May one again. Although I wouldn't recommend wearing it in May because you know how Monday James almost died in his Big the Cat suit. Luke, even if you are becoming more social, I still think you should try and make videos because I'm pretty sure everyone in that house is going to fangirl over it and try and get their few seconds in your videos anyway. Friday, James, I am absolutely useless when it comes to movies, music and games and all that sort of stuff. I enjoy them, but I just don't know enough or have enough time to dedicate to them. So if anybody else has any recommendations, either comment or you guys say it in your videos and all that jazz. So anyway, Monday James won't be very active for the next about a month and a half until he finishes work placement. So that means I get the job of introducing the big weekly topics, unless people comment or you lot say something in your videos and we bring that up as a topic. So yay! I chose the random topic of animal testing, and while looking a few things up for this video, I came across a page that addressed a few myths, so I thought I'd share some of those with you, and I'll put a link in the doobly-doo. The use of animals is pointless because animals are different from people. Mammals generally share the same organs as us, like the heart, the liver, lungs, those sort of things, and the similarities are more prominent than the differences. I'm sure most of you know this, but obviously a lot of people don't. And animals like mice and rats are very similar, which is why they are most commonly used. Not only that, while doing research on medical things for humans, sometimes it's found to have quite a big benefit on animals too, such as the drug called Reconcile, I think it was, which is an antidepressant for dogs. The only difference between that and the human version is the taste. Laboratory animals experience horrific distress and suffering. Most testing on animals only entails giving an injection, taking a blood sample, or changing the animal's diet in some way. Other than that, the animals are really well kept and looked after as if they were pets. There have been a few isolated occasions where a researcher has abused their animals, and of course the media has picked up on it and completely blown it out of proportion, and that automatically makes all of animal testing so evil and bad. Side effects and distress experienced by animals are undetectable, which makes animal testing unreliable. Well, before going onto the market or making any sort of difference in the world, it has to go through human trials first. And sometimes during both animal and human trials, there are side effects that aren't detected because they're just so rare to happen. But then once it's out into the public, these side effects might become more obvious because 2-3 people may experience it. But it could be so serious that they have to withdraw it. But they've still done rigorous testing before that. It's just there are going to be a few people that will react badly. It just cannot be foreseeable. The existence of alternative methods means that animals are unnecessary for testing. In an ideal world, we'll be able to replicate the human body and test on it without affecting any living creatures. And there are currently alternatives to test on cell cultures and such things like that, but there is no reasonable way to see how these things will react in a whole organism. It may be successful in a little cell culture, but once it's put into a body, it will react very differently, and so they need this animal and human testing just to be sure. However, when there are alternatives, they are used. Going to animals and then humans is not the first step, in most cases. The majority of animal testing is conducted for cosmetics development. I was originally going to make my video about my opinion that I agree with animal testing for beneficial research and drug development, but not for cosmetics. I was actually very pleased to see that only 0.1% of research done is for cosmetics, and that does include sunscreen, which is quite important to us. It's not just for beauty. Also, cosmetics such as lipstick and mascara are no longer tested on animals. So tell me, guys and viewers, what are your opinions on animal testing? Did you know some of these truths, or were you a bit misguided like I was? And has your opinion changed at all?